Greetings viewers and welcome to what I'm hoping will be another educational video for you. If you've clicked on the video link, you're here to learn something about the robotic drone here in 7 Days to Die, so let's get talking about it. You can see the drone here floating in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And in order to do that, it says press E to talk to it, but I'm going to hold E instead. This radio menu is going to come up. I'm going to mouse over this little hand icon that says take. We'll discuss what all these other ones are shortly. And I will release E.
Please don't leave me in here too long.
And it likes to talk to you, so we'll go over that as well. So, how do we get this thing? As you can see, the one that I just picked up is level 6. So, we get this thing by either you can purchase one from a merchant, which I have never physically seen an actual drone itself. I've only seen the schematic. So, you can get either one of those two things from a merchant, can loot them out in the world to include the schematic, or you can craft one. So the only way you can unlock robotic drone crafting is by finding the robotic drone schematic. Like I said, you can buy that, or you can loot it somewhere out in the world. This is what it'll look like. As of right now, I have the little book icon here, so I am not able to actually craft it. However, if I read this book, I can craft a level 5. So if I go here, we can see what it needs. So if you're running around and you find some robotics parts and you want to build a drone, even if you don't have the schematic yet, I'd go ahead and hang on to those because you are going to need a couple of them. And these are the same ones that are needed to build the robotic sentry and the robotic sledge turrets. It does use a little bit of steel here. Again, this number goes up the better the quality tier that you can craft. So this is the highest tier you can craft is level 5. Level 6 you would have to loot out in the world. Duct tape, scrap polymers, and some motion sensors. This thing takes 6 of them. These are not that incredibly terrible to craft. So I'm going to go through here and you can kind of see just what the different stats are for each of the tiers of drone. So the health, max durability is the only thing that is displayed here. If you notice, the difference between 5 and 6, it actually goes down. Level 5 is 617, and then level 6 is 484. What can we do with this thing? It doesn't have any combat value for you. It's not going to fly around and shoot zombies. Maybe they'll add that in future updates. As of right now, the game's in Alpha 20, and that is not an option. But there are several different mods you can get and things that you can use this drone for. So the mods that you can use are here. And also you can see them on the side here. They are locked right now because as you can see, these are the schematics for the different mods and the little book icon is closed because I have not read them. So we'll talk about this one here, the drone armor plating mod. The only way we can get that is by reading the schematic. This is what it takes. And this is what it does. So it reduces the damage and degradation by 50%. So I've actually recently gotten my hands on a drone and playing. It was only level 1 because I didn't have any points in intellect or robotics. So I was just kind of stuck with a level 1 drone, but I needed the extra storage space because the way I like to loot, if you've ever watched me play. And I've never had this thing even take damage. It's bashed into zombies. Cops have blown up near it. I've had time charges go off next to it. And it's never degraded at all. I never had to repair it or anything, so I don't know if that's something that's in the future works, but as of right now, if you get a drone and you're curious about the different mods, this one is, as far as I'm concerned, useless. Maybe other people have had different experiences with it. For me, that has not really done anything. Next one on the list here is the cargo mod, which is my absolute favorite. This is what it takes to make one of them. And then again, the only way we can get it is by reading the schematic down here. This is the only mod you can put multiples of in the drone. And once I'm done explaining all the different mods, we'll go ahead and take a look at them. So next we have the drone medic mod. Again, you can only get it by reading the schematic. This is what it takes to make it. And once you put it in the drone itself, it will heal you. So if your health drops a little bit, I don't know what the threshold is on it for when it decides to heal you because I've taken barely any damage and I've had it heal me and I've been sitting there like purposely waiting while my health is low for this thing to see how long it's going to take to heal me and it's not doing anything. So as long as you have medical first aid in its storage inventory, it will bring your health up. It will not fix breaks or lacerations or anything like that. You're going to have to fix those yourself. But just the health in general items, it will help you with those. Next, we have the morale booster. This little creepy teddy bear head. I don't know that that's going to increase my morale, but to each their own. This is what it takes to craft it. Apparently, this teddy bear is made out of steel. And it regenerates your stamina by 10% when you're near the drone that has this on it. And last but not least, we have the robotic headlamp mod that you can only get by reading the schematic. This is what it takes. So make sure you hold on to those headlights. And again, it's basically just a little flashlight that the drone will attempt to use to help you out. So how do we mod this thing? So we click on this one. This is the one we're going to mess with. It's here in our inventory. We have the options of scrapping, modifying, click modify. Because this is a level 6, we have 4 modifier slots. With the level 1, you only have 1 slot. So you've got to kind of be a little bit more choosy which one you want. Do you want more cargo space? Do you want healing? Do you want extra stamina? Also, you can put dyes in these things. So if you want to put it in your favorite color, you can do that. So level 2 also only has 1 mod slot. Level 3 has 2. 4 has 2. 5 has 3. And then as previously seen, level 6 has 4 slots. So if we come down here, we modify, let's go ahead and make it green. So like I said earlier, the cargo mod is the only one that you can put multiples of in the same drone. If you have space, obviously, if you only have a level 1 drone, you can only put 1 in. So let's deploy this drone real quick. To do that, I'm going to right-click while I have the drone selected in my hand. And it's going to give me this little green image. I can just kind of put it wherever it's green. So if I right-click, it'll deploy.
Startup sequence activated.
It does like to talk, and then also if you can hear, it does make like a little whirring sound, which is extra game noise. I'm not a huge fan of that, so I like to put it in silent mode. If you want to hear it and you want it talking every time a zombie shows up saying, uh-oh, I have a bad feeling about this, be my guest. That's all you, but I'm going to put mine on silent mode. So I'm going to look at it. I'm going to hold E. We can go to quiet mode. I'm going to just hover my mouse over, release E. It's quiet. No more whirring noise, no more talking. It just follows me around. If I want it to talk, I can do that. It just says, let me see your inventory. I can tell it to stay here or never mind. I can also do each of those things here. I can unlock it. So if I'm playing with other people, they have access to its inventory or can tell it to do something. You can enter a code. So if you want one of your friends to be able to get something out of it and not other people, give them a little passcode to get in. Take. Tell it to stay here. So if you don't want it to get it hurt, if you're getting deep into the action or it's in your horde base and you don't want it getting spit on by cops and you just want it to hide in the corner, then you can tell it to do that. And you also get its storage inventory. So let's see what its default inventory is without storage mods. So again, release E. So we've got 2 rows here. So we're going to do this. We're going to pick it up. Hit modify. We're going to install a cargo mod. Complete. Right click, hold E.
Power up complete.
Storage. And look at that, it added a whole nother row. So we started with 2, so each one of these cargo mods you add is going to add extra storage space.
Oh, I do love an adventure.
Okay, that's why I put it in silent mode, because I don't care to listen to that every time I do anything. So if we max this thing out with 4 cargo mods, let's see what it looks like.
How may I assist you? Startup sequence
Oh man,
activated.
look at that. That is a lot of storage space. And if you are a loot goblin like me, and let's say you have a vehicle with storage inventory plus this, and you can get out of there with a lot of stuff. So let's see what these other mods look like. Yeah, for now. So let's not be greedy. Let's take that out. So like I said, that's the only one you can put multiples of. Cannot, if we have that in there, cannot put another one. And that, and we'll do that. Well, let's put the flashlight. You've seen what the storage mod looks like. We'll do that. Place it in the world. And so when we do that,
it is good to be online.
I'm sure it is. Go to quiet mode. So you can see the teddy bear is actually displayed on top of the drone. And it does have kind of a little bit of armor around it now. It has that little cage, kind of little side plate. So visually, it actually looks like the mods that you've added to it. So now that I have the flashlight mod on there, when I go to my radio menu, it now has a new option here for flashlight. So if I highlight over that and let go of E, it turns on, but you can't really tell in the daytime here. So we can kind of come in here. It's a little bit darker. So as you're looking around, you can see this, it kind of lights up a little bit. Drone has its own little orange glow around it. I'm not a fan of the flashlight mod. Headlamp is way brighter and way more effective. And if this thing gets stuck on something or is looking the wrong way and you're relying on that for light, you're probably going to be stuck. So my recommendation, probably the armor and the flashlight are not high on the priority list. So if we come here, we'll turn that off. Talk to the drone, go that way. Also, we notice here has heal my allies. So if you're playing with other people, you can tell it to heal them as long as it has medical supplies in its inventory. So you can put these in there. And again, you can't use sewing kits, you can't use honey or antibiotics, you can't use crutches or casts. None of that's going to do anything. So if all you want this thing to do is just hold your medical supplies and go around, it will heal you. Let's get some zombie friends to punch us a little bit. And hey, lady. We'll see how long it takes her to heal us. Really? See, this is what, oh, there it goes. All right, thank you, lady. Demonstration's over. Man, she infected us, fatigued us, and broke us. So it puts that little animation around you, has like the little red sparkly effects. And we're just sitting here at 149 out of 200 health. There it goes again. Kind of has a delay. It's not going to sit there and spam heal you. So if you're on your last leg, you may want to heal yourself and then just kind of let that do it, as let it heal you as you're maybe at your fighting position in your horde, focusing on other tasks. One of the things that I do really like about the drone is this thing will get out of your way. So if I walk into it, it just moves. So how many times have you played a game where an NPC is standing in a doorway or a follower and you try to get through and you're stuck, you can't get out. So you have to move this way to get them to follow you, to then kind of sneak around them or push them out of the way. This thing, as soon as you bump it, it moves. And I really appreciate that. This thing will follow you if you're in a vehicle. You don't have to worry about picking it up and carrying it. If you take off in a supercharged 4x4 zipping across the landscape, it will either keep up with you or it will just kind of teleport to your location. Same thing if you go into a POI, you get a little too far away from it, it will kind of warp through walls. I have had it get stuck on doors. I don't know why it decides sometimes doors are a problem and sometimes it's not, but sometimes it may get a little stuck. You may have to backtrack some, open a door for it, and it'll fly through. Or if you just get way further away, it'll just magically pop back in next to you. So there really isn't a whole lot else. Again, it doesn't have any sort of combat abilities. It's not going to run around shooting rockets at zombies or anything. Maybe, again, they'll add that in the future. But that kind of just demonstrates mods that you can put on this thing, the different tier levels that there are of it, and the stuff that's required to craft it, and how to get your hands on this thing. I basically just use it as a mobile storage platform. Again, if you've watched me play, I'm a loot goblin. I get encumbered a lot, and so I need other things to help me carry my loot, and the drone is the perfect addition to that. As long as you can craft the higher tier one, you can just stuff all the storage mods in it that you want. So hopefully you guys found this video useful. Hopefully you get out there and find your own drone and put it to use. Let me know down below if I missed anything or you have any other questions about the drone. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.